that's what. And I've been talking about a cleansing that's been going on. I've been getting it from other channels, but I've been feeling it as well. Their terminology's good. I like it. But what I see going on is people getting angry and upset over things, and it's not really that. It's the releasing. It's the purging was a term. Evil leaving the body, or evil leaving the area. This is going on now. That's what I see around me, and I mean I see it around me for the most part, and I interact with some of it because I feel like I have to, and I don't. And neither do you. And a lot of us are probably going through a lot of pain right now, physical pain. I did. I'm not now. But I see the negativity around me. I see what people are going through. And I can't speak for them. I just know what I've done. I've accepted situations and they go away. I get out of my head and they go away. I feel like the people that are watching this video are Mandela affected people probably understand it and are probably going through some things now. And a lot of it might be other people. I feel like a lot of it is going to be other people and how you're interacting with them. I don't know what the situation is for me. I needed to learn how to just be calm and let the thing happen. And there's other situations going on now too, and I need to be calm and let them happen. But for other people, I don't know the situation, but I'm guessing it's kind of the same. It's a negative thing going on around you. It probably involves other people. If you're affected or watching this video, I'm guessing that you don't have to be involved. You can step back, observe the situation, or maybe you have to go through some of this. I don't know. I'd say, quartz crystals help me. I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not. It helps. Meditation helps me. I don't know if these things are right or wrong for other people. They help me. And I just see a lot of negativity going on down at the bar with interaction between people, outside of work, online, on the phone. And I have had people picking my brain, like, what should they do? Because they're looking at me like, how do you know this turmoil is going on in my life? I've had that look. And I say, I'm sorry, it's probably going to get worse in the next 2 months. And they're like, well, just back up, accept the situation, move on. Raise your vibration. I think that's important. I think try and stay in good spirits. I know it's hard. I know it is. It gets easier. Stay in a good attitude, a good mood. Exercise, jump around, spin around. I mean, that does it for me. I'll just start jumping and I just start laughing for no reason at all because I'm being an idiot jumping in the room. I mean, that does it for me. That changes the atmosphere. It changes the air. And cry. A lot of these are going to start crying a lot from what I'm understanding, and I'm talking to other people and they're just laughing at me going, wow. And I say this because I caught myself. I may have mentioned this on another video. I caught myself. I was crying at people dancing on videos. They were dancing. They were so good. I was crying. I mean, it was just a release, another way for me to get it out. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, the different theories. There's a handful of basic different theories out there, and from those basic different theories, stem off other things that people attach to it because of how they feel about how this is working, this Mandela effect. bottom lining it, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm trying to figure out, why are we so determined on trying to figure out what it is? And I think that's because if we figure out what it is, it'll be easier for us to know what to do with it or explore with it or whatever. You take a theory and at least you have yourself a direction, and it keeps you sane, if nothing else. I resonate with my consciousness is what's doing all the experiencing. It's not physical. Yet, we are physical. And I think there's something to this form, this physical form, even when it's outside of physicality. I think it maybe look the same. It may be very similar. And you're just shedding, I don't know. But I believe we're multidimensional beings, and we've come down in this to experience physical reality. And we've gotten to the densest point we could have without losing ourselves. Just stuff just coming in here. And now we're on our way back. But quicker than we got here. A lot quicker than we got here. But we're not on our way back to anything. We are still growing and learning. We're not on our way back to someplace we've been before. Okay, let's put it that way. That's how much. And it really doesn't matter what is causing the Mandela effect. The reason we're chasing it is it might make things easier. Yet, for each individual, you have to go by what you believe, what you feel it is. And you're not going to convince anybody else of what it is, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're all going through this together. I resonate with my consciousness is shifting through different timelines, that we are multidimensional beings living in a multiverse. And we're learning and growing and experiencing, and I'm sure there's so much more. That's what I resonate with. That's what keeps me sane. So whatever keeps you sane, whatever keeps you going, and on the right path, then go with it. I'm seeing a lot of things all around me. All these things are happening, and I think it's part of this purge thing or whatever. And I think it's going to, it may get a little stronger for people, but when it's over, everything's going to be sweet afterwards and really nice and calm afterwards. And even then you'll be watching other people go through their purging. But what it is, the only reason it would matter is if we would know how to use that. And with my theory, it's not my theory, a theory that I've developed through other people's thoughts and ideas and my own experiences, mainly my experiences, I have come to the idea that we are multidimensional beings, and you can be manipulated and controlled, and you can shift your consciousness into a timeline you want. They're just words. That's all they are. They're just words. I break everything down. I analyze everything. It's what I've always done with everything. I just analyze everything. I guess that's what I'm built to do here. Just go out, smile, and have a good day. That'll do it. I'm breaking it down to you're shifting your consciousness to another timeline. I really don't know if that's what it is. I do feel we're multidimensional beings, though, because there's been experiences where I'm experiencing different dimensions and timelines, and so are you. I mean, to me, that's an experience. It's not just one or another. I've seen mirror events. I've seen different events. That's why I've said it's infinite and it's quantum. And with some of the other experiences I've had in the book, I'm definitely supposed to be here, and so are you. This is what we're supposed to be doing. So, I don't know. Fasten your seatbelt, or hang in there. Things, just hang in there. I have my advice. I listen to some really good speakers on YouTube. Meditate. Listen to some nice music. I just put birds on, and I got birds chirping, and soft piano music playing, and just lay down and relax. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to concentrate on it. You just relax. Just lay down. This too shall pass. Well, this is stuff you usually don't see. I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to edit it. I should, though. I don't even think I finished my thought. You would not believe the stuff that I do not put out, and that I probably should. What if, how we get every September, October, and it's been every year, there's always a fear-mongering thing, or end of the world, and it was always in September and October. And I wonder about that, and I'm wondering that maybe this was done on purpose. Isn't everything done on purpose? To get us to be lackadaisical and complacent about the next September, October event. Wow, did I use that word? What if, and I'm saying what if, because I don't know, but what if this September, October, and the things that are coming up, and it's this event, and it's energy, and it's spiritual. All the other ones seemed physical. They seemed mundane compared to something physical, spiritual meaning. Compared to something spiritual. What if the reality is what you want it to be, and you see this, okay, we have this thing coming up. It's happening for me now. It's all around me. I'm seeing it. And for me, it's starting to be amazing. It's still physical in a sense. I don't believe I am physical like I was when I was in my teens. It's a different physical. And I think I'm going more towards or more away from that. But I'm saying, what if right now we have this opportunity to evolve, move on? You don't have to, though. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to, though. And there's all that fear stuff out there, 3D stuff. Oh my God. I can't believe. Just, if you want to, this is one of those things I don't want to put out. And I feel like I should, because I'm not afraid to put anything out. I'm not afraid to put my thoughts out and my feelings out. There's things I'm like so, I want to say I'm so sure of, but I dare not. Let's just go with total fiction. Use your imagination. What if, I want to put this out, what if we accept this energy and bring it in and help the people around us who are going through that's, help people, because they're going to be going through some stuff. Everybody, I'd say most of the people that are Mandela affected right now are probably going through some negative things, probably going through some things that have to do with other people, yet they're interacting with it because they want to help. Well, good help. I'm going to say help. I'm going to say interact with that. That's fine, because that's what we're going to be doing. And if you're having a hard time about things right now, it's not half as bad as what these other people are going through or going to be going through. But I think helping and raising your vibration, don't be so concerned about things. I don't know how else to put it. Don't be so concerned. Yeah, see, and the only reason I'm feeling these things and knowing these things, no, I don't know anything. Feeling this is because I'm pushing, and every time it hurts, I go further and I accept it and I go through it. And but there's other things I'm hiding from. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect by any means. But there's epiphanies that I'm getting, and there's things that I'm finding, and I keep thinking, should I share it? Do I want to share? Yeah, you know what? I do want to share this, because the 300 people that might see this and actually pay attention to it, compared to what? I mean, I'm okay with that. That the people that see this and understand it are meant to. And that's what I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to go back to what if. What if the things we're going through now are we're going to go forward. We're going to evolve. We're going to help people and accept what's going on around us. And it sucks, because that's not even the idea of this topic that I want to get into. It's the opposite. That you don't have to. I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to move forward with this. I've already decided. All right, I hope my cats are in. I'm shutting this door. It's what? 21st of August? 22nd of August? 21st of August? Oh, I'm freezing. I think the high tomorrow is 46. I'm okay with that, though. I hear everybody else is at 90. I'm good. Very soon, we're going to have to help people, guide them, and at the same time, be going through our own turmoils and problems. And for me, it's so funny. That's more personal stuff that I'm just not going to get into. But it is funny. I said to one guy, I said, it's some tough things are going to be coming up soon, and you need to observe. You need to observe instead of getting involved. And his reply was, how are you going to do that? It's totally me, because I'm always trying to fix everything. And I've had this conversation with a couple of people that they want to fix things. It's not necessary. Kind of let it unfold. It'll be quicker. It'll fix itself quicker. And once we do that, we're going to raise our vibration and move along. If you're pushing for oneness with everybody else, we're good. You're good. Don't worry about what's going on with other people that are doing the opposite. This is a collective. That's what it is. I've learned to be me by myself. Does that make any sense at all? Oh, I'm so glad I'm not putting this up, right? We're learning to be a collective. We really are. And I'm not even concerned with the negativity. Man, that's not what it is. You want to zero in on oneness as a collective. I have, I've learned certain things for me individually. Are you outside? I thought you guys were in. Come on. Yeah. Well, whatever. It's in the middle of the sentence. Well, what? Yeah, but you too funny. We are learning to coexist as a collective. It's because that's what's happening. Yeah, buddy. The psychic stuff is a little more dominant, and my problem is I'm learning how to deal with it, and I don't know how sometimes because I won't shut up. Can you imagine that I can't be quiet? Hey, talk to me, Prince. I must have shifted. You're quiet. Here, say hi to everybody. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. I don't know why I do it. I always think he's gonna wrap himself around my neck like Inky used to do as my old cat. Just drape himself right around me. And I always think you're gonna do that. No, I'll have to bend over and he'll, lay down on my back as I'm bent over. Like, well, this ain't gonna last long. All right. Take 16. Where you at, buddy? We are learning to exist as a collective. And I always said, well, first we need to learn how to do it individually. And I've done that. I feel like I've done that, or at least I've tried. I'm creating the things around me. I'm keeping the things around me calm. That's as best I could do right now. I got too many other physical things going on. So I called the whole family and asked them about the Stofers thing. I'm going to edit it up like crazy because, they don't want to talk to me. Let me show you these. So I just realized I just edited all this stuff you're about to see, and it's not planned at all. I'm surprised they all picked up the phone. That's my sister.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You got a second?
I gotta turn this down. Hey, what's up?
Not much. I have a question. I was down in the kitchen making some things, and that stovetop stuffing. Who's that made by?
I don't know. I have no idea. Do you want me to look it up for you?
No, please, thanks. I don't know. Stovetop. You don't remember us having stovetop stuffing?
Well, of course I do, but I don't know who makes it. I mean, I never thought of it. Stovetop made by Stovetop. Is this a $1,000,000 thing?
Oh, well. Let me ask you one question. I'm gonna say Betty Crocker, Kraft, or Stofers. Who made it?
Stofers.
Okay. Yeah, that's what most people seem to remember. And yes, it's a Mandela effect. In this timeline, it's Kraft.
No, get out!
It's always been Kraft.
I just think it's, I don't know, that I don't think it's, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say.
I know. With stuff like that, with the food companies and everything, they could have switched hands and bought each other out and everything else. And I haven't really done the research on it, so. But I mean, at me, it's a definite. It was Stouffer's, and it was Stouffer's last year. Okay, because I bought the stuff in here, and I was the cook in here, and it must have been 2 years ago on Thanksgiving.
I don't know. That's so funny. So what have you been up to?
Work.
I actually have some newspapers for you that I forgot to send. They're in my car. They're of like Oswald.
The guy.
The shooting of Oswald.
Oh yeah, I'll take that stuff. Sure, I got the moon. I got the moon landing stuff.
The picture of Oswald getting shot to me is very odd.
Why is that?
Because the gun's like in his gut. He's like bellowed over, but then there's like a couple guys that are just like casually staring at the camera. Not like, oh my God, somebody's got a gun. Just kind of looking at the camera.
It's like, a guy pulled a gun. Where's the camera?
You can see the gun. I don't know. Maybe the flash bulb distracted them. I don't know how this guy got this picture. I don't know. It's amazing. At the right place, right time. I don't know.
Yeah, that never happens. Yeah, well, save it for me. I want to see that.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you.
Cool.
I'll send it to you. And there's another one. I think it has something to do with John Lennon, but I'm not positive. But if I find any more, those I think I got.
Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous day. My cats want to sleep. Leave the door open, they just sit inside. I don't know. Let's do some more family stuff. That was fun.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. I'm in a restaurant with my sister Helen and your cousin Helen.
Hey, cousin Helen, Aunt Helen. Good. I have a question for all three of you.
You have what?
I have a question for all three of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which company makes stovetop stuffing?
What about stovetop stuffing?
What company makes it?
I don't know. Pillsbury? I have no idea. What company makes stovetop stuffing? What company makes stove? Is it Kellogg's? I don't know. I said Pillsbury. No, it's not Pillsbury. No.
Let's do introduction some other time, huh?
Hello?
Hey.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing. Let's get ready for bed.
So what's going on, loving daughter of mine?
What are you doing?
I just had a question for you.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you suspicious? Because that's what I figure.
This Mandela Effect stuff?
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
What company makes stovetop stuffing?
Hamburger Helper. What do you think, Penny? Top stuffing.
Hamburger Helper, the guy, the gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So maybe it's not it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be Betty Crocker Kraft or Stouffer's?
I'm gonna go with. It's definitely not Betty Crocker.
Yeah, no.
It's definitely not that. It's either Kraft or Stouffer's.
I think Stouffer's.
I think it's Stouffer's.
I think it's Stouffer's.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. Well, definitely not Hamburger Helper.
Yeah, no. That was a dumb blonde moment. The first thing came to my mind.
I got the first thing coming to people's mind is Stouffer's, and they're denying it. Hey, listen, I'm gonna.
What are they thinking it was? Or is?
And may I word it this way? I see. In this, it's always been Kraft.
It's always been Kraft.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's definitely Stouffer's. I'm gonna look it up.
So you remember Stouffer's?
Yes. That's what, like Stouffer's, stovetop. Well, they make the mac and cheese that we always eat. But Stouffer's stovetops sounds better.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
What do you got?
Mr. Sanatuso.
Oh boy.
Sanatuso, I can't say it, I'm sorry. But
really?
Do you know the this is like a moment that I had in relation to the Mandela Effect, and I'm just asking you maybe just to look into it. But you ever watch Into the Wild?
You know, it sounds familiar, but I got to say no.
So I was watching it, and at the very end, it says, it said like I got the understanding when I originally watched it a while ago that basically before he dies, he comes to this conclusion and he writes one quote that he thinks like encompasses life, and the one quote says, that I thought it was is love is only real when shared.
Yes, I remember that. I do remember that.
But I always thought it was love, but then now, like for some reason, I think it's happiness. Like it's happiness is only real when shared, and I always thought it was love.
All right, so and you know what? I don't know if
that has anything or.
Dude, you know what I remember? I remember life. Life is only experienced when shared.
Oh wow! So there could be. I mean, because when I rewatched the movie, I was like, I thought it was love. I didn't think it was happiness.
I remember that movie.
It was happiness. I was like, okay.
Now it's happiness.
Yeah, and he asked me, he's like, is that the Mandela Effect?
Awesome.
I watched the movie, and I was like, I always thought it was love, and I'm waiting for him to write love, and then he writes happiness. I was like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute.
I knew that movie sounded familiar. I enjoyed that movie.
The one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
It wasn't with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't think that's who it was.
What's his name? He reminds me of Leonardo DiCaprio, not Leonardo.
I think the most famous. No, there are a couple of famous people in that movie.
Yeah. He was like the young kid. I don't know why. For some reason, he always reminds me of Leo. I don't know why. But it's not Leo for his name. He was the kid in the Girl Next Door movie. Did you see that one? He's in that one. Yeah. Something to look into. Oh, by the way, when I watched the one video, I love your intro of your videos with the cat.
Oh, yeah?
Which cat is that?
That's Prince.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. That's Prince. And that was nice. Oh, cool. You're watching my videos.
Yeah, they're really long.
Yeah, I've been trying to cut them down to a half hour, but I just don't have time to. I get all this material, and I don't have time to sit there and edit it together. And what I'm doing.
I wanted to say congratulations on being an author. I think that's pretty cool.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have you read it, or have you gotten a copy?
I've read certain chapters. I read the one chapter where you were looking at the stars.
Okay.
And talking about, what you experienced with that. I thought that was pretty pretty cool. I haven't been able to read through the whole
See,
thing.
I'm a horrible daughter. I haven't read it yet because I haven't even been reading really my other books.
You're a wonderful daughter.
Really busy. I am interested in reading it though, and I will read it soon.
I mean, I just think it's an accomplishment. Listen, so I'm going for my doctorate, and I have not written a book or even a paper that's even half this long. So that's a huge accomplishment.
Well, thank you, and I have a thank you very much.
Have you signed my copy?
And hey, congratulations on your next endeavor.
Mayor Johnson. We're trying.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is like the presidency. Like it's so stressful.
I know that
Running
you're
for
really
mayor.
interested into this Mandela effect.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to keep taking the conversation, but I just like to understand, people's perspective. So if you could, like, for what, just for your understanding, like, from the Mandela effect, like, if you could say one thing that the Mandela effect, like, tells you about life and what you should be grateful for or anything like that, like, how does that, intertwine with, like, how we should perceive the world around us? And how should we live our lives based around it?
Good question.
Yeah. First off, listen, don't be doing this. I wouldn't be telling people about this while you're running for mayor.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
I know it don't, and I love that about you.
I mean, I just ask, in your opinion, like, how should we live our lives? Like, that the world can change around us. Should we just be adaptable to change and keep moving forward? And just, like, what kind of perspective should we have?
Be adaptable. Be adaptable to change. Accept the moment. Live in the moment. Don't plan anything. Just be and just do. Just accept. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you desire. Line it up with your heart. And when you line your desire up with your heart, know it to be true. And then accept that it's there already, or it's going to be, or it is, or, I know it sounds like a formula, but and when you do read the whole book, you'll see that there's parts in there where I do feel I've created my reality. I've created what I have going on now. And, and I'm realizing, oops, I created that. Okay. Bored, or like next, it's time to create again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but you got to live. See, for me, it's like everybody's in their own dimension. That's how I look at it. You're the only, Ted, from your perspective, you're the only one here. You got to live your life for you. And that doesn't mean be selfish. It's not selfish at all. It's still about how you interact with other people. But you got to focus on positive things and shift your consciousness into a positive.
That's really, I think that's really, really important. I think, we get so consumed about, where we're going to be in the future and how we're going to be, so successful when we don't appreciate the moment and our ability to create our own kind of like aura of good feelings, and because we're so consumed about what we want to be and what we want to do instead of enjoying what we already have,
right,
and the people around us.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, you got my vote.
That's just not a problem. That's just not a problem. Where we are. I mean, it's around the world. We're self-interested.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's true.
We all care about only ourselves.
Not everybody.
Not all of us. Not all of us.
Not all of us.
Well, I'm just wrong all night. Nurse Camper, helper.
Hey, let me ask you. What is Dorothy told in The Wizard of Oz? What is she told to do to get home?
Follow the yellow brick road.
No, click your heels 3 times.
Well, you got that one right today.
Right?
Click your heels 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
And say, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Do you think that's right?
Oh, God. I don't know now.
That's what I think is right.
Yeah.
There's no place like home.
Okay, everybody seems to remember click, except now it's tap.
Oh God, that's crazy. Cause like tap sounds better, but my first thought was like click. Like, click your heels to that. Tap your.
Not tap. Is it tap?
Tap your heels.
It's tap now. I actually bought it.
He just left the room. He said this is too much.
And this is a stupid question. Any mood swings?
Any mood swings?
Get punched.
I guess last weekend I was a little moody, but nothing big. It was just like, just didn't want to be around people.
Yeah, that's how I was last night. Did not want to be around people.
Mm-hmm.
And I work at a bar, right? So yeah, that happens. That happens. And see, for me, I see a pattern, and I don't see the pattern going on for everybody. I just see the pattern going on for me. Yeah.
We sat together for the class.
Yeah.
So what about?
Any more famous people come in?
I guess I told you about Johnny Goliath. I can't pronounce his last name. That guy?
I wouldn't know his real name anyway.
Listen, when he told me to sign it to Johnny, I was like, now I got your name. I'm going to check it out. Yeah, I didn't. I knew who he was right away. Of course, I walked by one of the somebody, and I said, "Is that Jack Black?" It's because the guy, he had a really big beard on, and I just remember seeing Jack Black like that. I guess I don't know. And I'm like, I know that's not who that is, but I know the guy. I know him. He walked right up to me and went, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" Kept going. Acted like I didn't know who he was the whole time. Ashes. Yeah, that was cool. It was the right thing to do. That's how he's a person. He's got a job. He's just known by a lot of people. Big deal. Look, he really enjoyed the conversation I had with him at the bar, and he bought my book. I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm waiting to see that on the coffee table on the Big Bang Theory.
I heard that show was done. I almost wonder if that's why he was there, like he was on vacation or something.
Oh, maybe. Wouldn't know. I guess I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, because I said something to somebody and they were like, "Oh no, I heard that they're done that show." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I didn't know.
This is my brother. This should be fun.
Oh.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
You sleeping?
Not really.
Hey, listen, I needed to ask you something. Something came up, and I need to ask you. Do you recall what company makes stovetop stuffing?
Yes, I do.
Who is it?
Nunya.
Nunya. Stofers. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Actually, it's never been Stofers in this timeline. See, and now that's not true. I didn't do complete research on this, but it blew my mind that Kraft is actually the one that makes it. But I got, yeah.
You're fucking What the hell is Stofers then?
What is Stofers? Right, exactly. Apparently they make frozen stuff.
Stofers. Wait. Stovetop stuff.
What, are you looking it up?
Yeah, Mom's cooking. No, I'm putting it on the phone. It's sprint. I can't look it up.
Yeah.
What am I live on the air right now?
Actually, I am, but I don't know if it's coming in.
You bastards. Oh, good, because then you understand. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I can't understand you. I don't know how the computer's going to pick it up.
What are you talking about?
But you did say Stofers.
Yeah, it's Stouffer's for sure, 100%.
100%. Yeah, me too. It's just Kraft.
Really?
Yeah, you could look it up when you get a chance. It's Kraft. I do want to.
Kraft is probably the parent company for it.
I know, that's what I was looking at. There's General Foods and General, I don't know, bunch of different companies changed hands. I guess they could have changed it, but you can't find Stouffer's Stovetop.
Come on.
You can't find it. You can't find it like it never existed.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Just wanted to make sure Stouffer's was still stovetop stuffing.
I'm gonna look that shit up right now.
It's good.
I'm gonna send you a box that says it.
You send me a box of Stouffer's stovetop stuffing, please. Please do.
Yeah, I will. Because that's definitely Stouffer's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Crazy.
You know not to answer any question I ask.
I know, it's insane, bro.
Yeah, it is pretty insane. But, I mean, have you looked into the Mandela Effect at all?
No, I'm still waiting for Tracy's business. She's shooting a movie, and she does voiceovers, and she's doing all this stuff, and she's going to be of the day to record. It's probably not going to be until August.
Oh, okay. So you guys are going to do an episode on the Mandela Effect in August?
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of your YouTube thing?
Pure Nonsense TV.
Pure Nonsense TV.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button and leave comments and, you know.
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I do know. Oh, by the way, you can get you can tell you
1, 5, and 12 are really good. Anyway.
1, 5, and 12 are good. You guys just let me know when you do your Mandela Effect video, man. It'll get a lot of hits.
Yeah, I will.
Just don't make me look mental.
No, I don't have to do that. You're doing a great job. You help me.
Well, come on, man. I see the physical structure or the molecular structure of physical reality changing or whatever. And some other people see it, and when they see it, they blow it off. I'm like, how can you do that?
Blows my mind, too. No, really, what?
See, you don't even care. You're like, screw it, who cares?
No, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I don't know. Typical, what?
Well, I mean, did I ever ask you what color is a yield sign?
A yield sign is red.
Oh, God, boy. We are shifting closer and closer to, we keep constantly nobody says red. Everybody says yellow. Why are you saying red? Hey, here you go. What island, this is good because you live in New York, so what island is the Statue of Liberty on?
Statue of Liberty is on, God, I forget the name of it. It might be called Liberty Island.
It might be called Liberty Island?
I forget the name of it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Liberty Island, man. I remember it being on Ellis Island.
Ellis Island, that's where all the immigrants came in.
That's a shame. This would be a fun interview if we could hear you. I could hear you better before.
How about now?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, my phone out or something messed up with it.
Yeah, that's been going around.
It's like physical change right in front of my eyes.
Something changed right in front of your eyes. You breaking somebody's stones?
Oh.
Hey, do you remember the Monopoly Man, right?
Yeah.
Does he wear glasses, a monocle, or nothing at all?
I don't think that guy wears anyway.
No, he don't wear anything at all. Jeff, I shifted into your timeline, or we don't talk enough. I don't know.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because I remember a monocle. I remember the yield sign being yellow. You know, I mean.
A monocle?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. I think that was Colonel Clink.
Yep. I knew this would be fun. You remember Ultraman, right?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that, for whatever reason, that was big in our childhood. But people just don't remember it. I mean, it's still out there, but I guess they didn't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do a remake movie of that. That'd be awesome. Like Iron Man, you know?
Do a remake of Ultraman.
Do you ever figure out if there's a version of the Philosopher's Stone where they say, we know that's a Philosopher's Stone?
What?
I just don't believe it.
Well, I don't have a VCR. I do have to get a VCR because once I get a VCR, I do have an old VCR tape of the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, okay. But is it called the Philosopher's? Because I know there is two versions of the title, but I didn't think that the actual what they said was different.
No, because I know in the American version of the movie, I didn't know there was an English version. I can't understand why they would do that.
Well, when J.K. Rowling first made the book, it was called The Philosopher's Stone. I did read about this. I was trying to find out more. It was called she first originally named it The Philosopher's Stone, and whenever I guess America picked it up because it was really popular, they asked her to change it because I guess we would understand sorcerer more than philosopher. I don't know. But I didn't think they changed I didn't think they changed the movie.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense unless, of course, it was a remake of some sort or extended edition.
That's why I'm confused because I know I heard Sorcerer's Stone, but then in this one it said Philosopher's Stone, and I was completely thrown off. And
I've done a video on that, and there's too many versions of the movie, and people are just blowing it off. But yeah. I have the VCR now. If the VCR tape says Philosopher's Stone, then it's a Mandela Effect. It's always been Philosopher's Stone, and we all remember Sorcerer's Stone. But if it says Sorcerer's Stone,
then there's two different versions. Okay.
Is that what it would be if it says Sorcerer's Stone?
Well, yeah, because the one I watched,
then there would be two different versions. Yeah.
We watch it. Well, hold on. Now I'm confused. Because I watched it. Okay, so this can't be on your video, but we watch movies illegally sometimes. But I didn't watch that one illegally. Actually, you know what? Cameron illegally downloaded it for me, but then he sent it to me, so I didn't do it. So I'm wondering, where that came from.
You're going to make me edit that out? It's hysterical.
No, you can keep it, but don't tell people who I am.
All right, I won't.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right,
I don't know.
Just kidding.
They don't know where I live.
It was the whole thing. You were just kidding.
Yes. Yes, that's it. No, but yeah, so I don't even know where. I can't even say it's this old. Old. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know the first time I watched the movie. I mean, I've watched The Sorcerer's Stone at least 5 times. And I feel like the first 4 times I've watched it.
I think I've seen it with you 5 times.
Seriously. You know what's funny? I realized I have watched the first 4 movies 1 billion times, and then I only watched the rest of them 1 time. I guess because I got older and it wasn't cool. Because I didn't remember anything. I'm on the 6th book right now. But I didn't remember. I didn't remember the end. I didn't remember Voldemort dying. I didn't remember anything. But I know every word to the first 4 movies.
Okay. Maybe they were dead. Maybe you didn't see them in those other timelines, and you just.
Well, maybe. I was just thinking because they kind of grew up when the same time I was growing up, and I didn't really care for it as much.
Oh, probably not. That's probably exactly true. Hey, so what would be your biggest 100% Mandela effect?
Well, back in, let's see, 1987, I think it was, went to California with Mom, and Colleen and Amy came out too, but later, and we met them at her friend's house. And Colleen and I went out with her girlfriend to a party, and I got totally smashed. Of course, I was underage. And when I got there, I remember Mom, like, I don't know, smacking me in the face or something when we got back. And her handing me, like, aspirin and saying, take these, you know. And both her and Colleen do not remember that.
Okay. There you go. They don't remember it at all. That's something they would have remembered, right?
I would think so. I mean...
I remember when she punched me in the face for drinking underage.
I remember that too.
Thank you. I was he's a gentleman. Okay. He forgot. So she flagged down the girl. Yeah. I just didn't want to stand up unnecessarily, you know. Yeah, we're not with crutches. Oh, the crutches. Back there. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. 100%. Thank you. Come on. Anything else today, lady?
Well, the Lion and the Lamb to me was like that was something you were drawing when I called you about it. Sure, that was a coincidence, right? Did you not draw the Lion and the Lamb?
Yeah, I have them on my bedroom wall right now.
Oh, okay.
They're my favorites.
All right. Once again, I'm rolling.
All right.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
There's been some really recent changes, and it was the stovetop one that really got me. And granted, I got to be honest that, you know, I didn't do the research. Other people have. I've seen some residual. You can't find stovetop stuffing printed anywhere so far from what I've seen. But they could have switched companies. It could have switched hands. But at the same time, you can't really find anything. So... But, I mean, there's been quite a few changes in the last month minor ones. And I can't, you know, I'm on the phone with you, so of course I can't remember them. I could probably look something up.
Dude, I'm telling you, Stover's dead.
I guarantee it too, man, but I can't find it. I've looked for it.
I Googled at Stover's. We've been feeding friends and families since 1924. Oh, that's frozen.
Frozen, yeah, frozen foods.
Stover's.
Let's see.
Maybe it's because of no problem.
What you want to do is check out a site called Moneybag73. He's got 200, almost 300 voting videos on, you know, do you remember it this way or that way? And it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and check out this video now. He's got on John Lennon's Imagine. I haven't seen this one yet. Heart used to be on the left side of the chest. Now it's straight in the middle.
No, that's not true, dude. The heart was always in the middle.
That's right, because that's the timeline you always resided in. I don't know.
No, pledge allegiance to the flag, you know, then you put your hand all over, but you know.
That's what you would call residual. Why is everybody putting their hand on their left side of their chest to say the Statue of Liberty, to say the whatever that thing was you called?
Because they got long arms. I don't know. I don't know. Because that's what they were taught, but it was not.
It's the way they were taught.
Like, yeah, your heart's actually in the middle, but, you know, placed on the right for whatever reason. I don't know why.
But I met the producer of that show, and he bought my book.
Really?
Yeah, he was very intrigued. He said, but the way he got Sense 8, the background story is nothing like what he got. But he was like, they paid me, I produced, you know, I'm getting paid for it, I'm going to produce. One more question before I go. Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. What does Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, what is she told to do to get home?
Close her eyes, freaking say, you know, there's a place like home, and like click her shoes or something.
Click her shoes or something. Okay, that's what I was looking for, because in this timeline it's tap her shoes. Tap her heels.
Well, click, tap.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Click, tap. Who cares? Don't do that.
The sounds annoying, you know. Tap your shoes, click your shoes.
Click your heels 3 times. That's what I remember.
Click your heels 3 times, or tap your heels.
Tap your heels 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did she say tap?
What?
Did Ava say tap or click?
Ava's not here.
Oh. You didn't hear that female voice just come through the phone?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
Actor.
Ah.
I was female in a different timeline.
Ah. You were a female in this timeline. What did you listen to one of my last videos?
I must have changed molecular structure in a second. Right back. I went right back. Now.
Dude, it goes back and forth all the time. That's pretty wild. All right, listen, I really got to go, though.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Yep, man.
Something, man.
Yeah, uh-huh. Later.
Yeah.
That is cool. So what, Teddy take off?
Yeah, he was done after that click comment.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I'll let you get to bed. I'm going to get going.
All right.
I love you.
I love you. Good night.
Good night. Talk to you later.
Bye.
What's the answer? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you A, B, or C, and you tell me which one you think it is. I don't know. I would have thought you would have.
You sound like you're in a canyon, and I really can't hear you. You know, especially with all this noise in the restaurant. So,
okay.
All
right, real quick. I'm going to go Betty Crocker, Kraft, or Stouffer's. Which one is it?
Stouffer's?
Yeah. Yeah, Kraft, Betty Crocker, or Stouffer's stovetop stuffing.
I don't know what you're saying. Can you understand this? Oh, wait a minute. Usually, the answer. It's Kraft Heinz Company.
What? Did you guys look it up?
Yeah.
Well, you weren't supposed to look it up.
Oh, my mother looked it up. You're not supposed to look it up. I was going to say Procter & Gamble.
God, I got 12 different companies for this. Actually, I remember Stouffer's.
Before, you said somebody General Foods. Oh, yeah. General Foods it was before.
Before, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, just it was one of those things.
How you doing?
I'm great. I mean, my family thinks I'm mentally ill. Did you get a?
You're living the dream, huh?
Did you? I am. Believe me, I am. Did you get a copy of my book?
No.
I published a book.
You did? Is it in Amazon?
It is on Amazon.
Oh, I'll have to look it up. What's the name of it?
Mind Beyond Matter. The Mandela Effect.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, 99 cents on Kindle. Shameless plug.
Oh, okay.
How do you not know?
Well, what's that?
I said, how do you not know? I can't get my sister or my mother to finish it. Although, no, wait, that's not true. My mother finished the book.
Oh, okay. They didn't tell me nothing about the book.
Well, because they're afraid. Because listen, my mother thinks I'm mental. I'm okay with that because she, in every timeline I exist in, she's the most wonderful mother.
Oh boy, are you working today?
No, tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah, yeah, it's usually busy. It's summertime. And then and if it goes over 75 degrees out here, everybody complains.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. And the nights are 30 to 50, and daytime is 70. It's been going up to 80 recently.
That's beautiful though.
Oh yeah.
Can't beat that. One of these days I'll come see you.
Do that. What was that? What Aunt Helen say?
Aunt Helen said, "Yeah, sure, as long as I don't have to fly."
I drove.
I fly, but it's not my favorite thing to do. I do it. So, all right, dearie, I'm going to give you back to your mother.
Oh, great.
All right, stay in touch. I'll get your
Absolutely.
Book.
Love you too.
Bye. Hello.
Hello, Mother.
Hi. Yeah, I told Maureen to grab me a bunch of books because I'm staying with Aunt Helen because of it being on one floor,
Right.
And, because I can't walk very well. And it's funny she didn't grab that one, but I guess she knows I already read it. Oh, that was fun. And I told her the blue one and the brown one.
All right, I'm going to roll.
Yeah.
I'm going to head out now.
Okay, hon. Thanks for calling.
Oh, you're please. I just wanted to let you know you are the most fantastic mother in every timeline.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, I needed that. I know it's not true, but that's okay.
What are you talking about? Oh my God! Of course it's true.
Oh no, it's not true.
What are you talking about?
Oh well. Okay. Thank you.
Love you. Talk to you later.
Hi. Bye bye, hon. I love you too. Bye bye.
Hey, what company makes stovetop stuffing? Do you know?
Stofers.
Stofers.
Oh, wait a minute.
Thank you.
You have a good day.
Yeah. So I'm checking out some of these videos, and I saw a comment where somebody said, less planning and more synchronicity. Total agreement. And that's exactly what I've been explaining in all my videos. Less agreement. What am I reading? Less planning. It's stop trying to fix things. Stop trying to figure things out. Just go with it. Accept and go with it. That's what I've been saying. That is right on. That is really right on. I knew the light was going to come on. I didn't know. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Ray already went ahead and answered. Let's see how you answer. What company?
Why are you putting us? Oh, you're asking. Are you filming?
Yeah, I am. What company makes stovetop stuffing?
Stovetop. That's what I said. Do a lot of people say stofers? That would be.
Why would you say so?
I don't know, because I feel like that's like where your brain wants to go.
Your brain wants to go to stover.
But it's not right. Stofers makes lasagna.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Stovetop is the brand, right?
No, I remember stovetop Stofers, stovetop stuffing.
Stovetop stuffing.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's never been.
It's never been.
It's actually Kraft.
Kraft.
Did you hear me, Bree?
It's Kraft.
It's actually Kraft.
See, that's mac and cheese.
Dare I say in this timeline, it's Kraft, and it's always been Kraft.
Always been Kraft.
Infinite quantum. How about, a lot of us are experiencing this too, so it's also possible that I've died and my mind or consciousness or whatever created a reality for me to finish out my life. And it's slowly breaking down because it's not real, it's not true. Maybe it's slowly breaking down for me to slowly accept. Now I'm rethinking this whole pattern thing. Only because the whole shift that I saw took place 2 weeks before the full moon and everything happened quicker. I went through a short little thing of being annoyed and paranoid, and I got rid of it right away and just moved that off. And chemtrails came in for 1 or 2 days, and I just expected that to kind of last till the full moon, but it was like the 18th, might have been the 19th, I think, 19th or 20th. Might have been a little later than that. I'm gonna go with like the 22nd. Everything was great. Everything was beautiful again. And it was easier to go through this time around. It's just getting easier and easier for me, and I'm not sure what I'm doing. Like maybe just being aware of it.
Yeah, so I think these shifts, I just think they're gradually getting closer to something else. 5D, ascension, new earth, 2,000 years of peace. Or what do you believe? And is this real? Is this some point where, maybe, with the whole, there's so many other things that we've learned, and that death is probably a catalyst. And I'm not sitting here saying we live forever. And I don't know. And I don't know why that would live physically forever, how that would appeal to anybody. I don't, why, maybe that's why all the amnesia.
Oh, yeah.
What company makes stovetop stuffing?
Stovetop stuffing?
Yeah, anybody know?
No.
No? What company makes stovetop stuffing?
Hungry Jack?
Hungry Jack. Okay.
Stovetop?
Anybody?
Stovetop.
Stovetop, yeah. Okay. All right.
Trick question.
Guy knows. I'll bet this guy knows. Do you know who makes stovetop stuffing? What company? Stofers?
Yeah. There you go. You the same one?
It's a guess. That's a guess. That's a good guess. I like it. That's what I would have guessed.
If we are physically eternal and we're just being shot amnesia to make it more interesting and to create different things, maybe, hey, we are what we are. Can we take control of that? I don't know. I don't think that's what it is anyway. I just happened to pick up some comments where somebody was saying that if you're striving for living forever, you're giving up eternal life. I don't know. Sounds like the same thing to me. You know, unless you put it in different perspectives. Or those phrases coming from different places, living forever physically as opposed to eternal life spiritually. Yeah, I don't know. Did I ever say that before? It's a great little chat.
So you honestly have no idea about the stovetop stuffing? That guy said Stouffer's. What about Kraft or Betty Crocker? What do you think?
Stovetop.
You think Hungry Jack?
I did think Hungry Jack.
Oh man, I thought Stouffer's to me was so obvious. Right?
Stouffer's.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Uh-uh.
All right.
Stouffer's mac and cheese.
So did you ever hear the Mandela Effect? I might as well just go ahead and
Mandela
wreck
Effect?
your brain right now.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it though.
No. What color's a yield sign? He's going to get them all right. I can feel it.
Red and white?
Red and white. How many people? I can tell already. I can tell before I started talking to you about it. How many people were in the car when JFK was assassinated?
4 or 5?
Okay. Yeah, didn't sound too sure. So I'm thinking there's been a shift recently. A lot of people felt it. We're talking about it. A lot of changes. Stouffer's being one of those. Man, Guy Fawkes is really triggered by that. I am too, but he's triggered.
All the amnesia and all the waiting. Did we already choose? Is this what it comes down to? Did we already choose and this is what we're experiencing? And you're like, well, I didn't choose. Oh.
Okay, I'm asking him. Hi, do you know who makes stovetop stuffing? No? Nobody knows. Stouffer's? That's the best answer you could have gave me.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. In some timeline or another.
Maybe that was Mandela Effect too, and that said Saloon.
I don't know. I thought there was 2 L's in Saloon when I first got here.
No,
but I've never mentioned that to anybody.
O's in Saloon.
All right, you ready? Here's the question.
It said Salon on the side of the building.
Oh my God. All right, you ready?
Go ahead.
Here's the question. What company makes stovetop stuffing?
Stouffer's.
No.
What did
Stouffer's.
you say? Stouffer's? What do you think?
I have no idea.
Like,
don't
shut
know
up,
this
Art.
company.
Stouffer's stovetop stuffing. It's horrible, dude.
No, it's not.
Horrible. Mrs. Cubison's is the better.
I don't know this company.
Dude, stop stuffing. I should know this.
Where's he, Google?
And Stouffer's didn't sound familiar. What about Betty Crocker or Kraft or what do you think?
What's Kraft?
Stouffer's.
Well, you're from Canada. I don't know.
Kraft.
I'll say Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker?
Yeah.
Stouffer's stovetop stuffing.
Oh, Jasmine, you're so from my timeline. I remember Stouffer's. So do many other people remember Stouffer's. It's actually Kraft, and it's always been Kraft.
No, it hasn't.
No.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. Call bullshit.
Party.
Stouffer's stovetop stuffing.
Right,
It's
Stouffer.
horrible. It's horrible. Shit. It's awful.
I actually always liked stovetop.
I would-
I don't like it. It was never any good.
I
never
had a problem with
It
it.
was never any good.
I always liked it.
How do you call Stouffer's?
Stouffer's, S-T-O, and they
That's
spell
like for real, it's
S-T-A-U-F-F-E-R-S.
S-T-A-U. Listen, I'm going to tell you, it was O-U for me. In this timeline, it's
S-F-F-E-R-S.
S-T-A-U-F-F.
Stouffer's stovetop stuffing.
S-T-O-U-F.
F-F-E-R-S.
Yes, that's how I remember it. That's not how
Stovetop
it's...
stuffing.
I'm pretty sure it's S-T-O-F.
O-U-F.
I don't think they have
I
the
think
U
it's
in it.
S-T-A-U-F-F-E-R-S.
No, that would be Stouffer's. It was Stouffer's.
That's good Kraft.
Not Stouffer's.
You guys saw Stouffer and now it's Kraft.
Stovetop
It's always been Kraft and you see Stouffer.
It's always been Kraft.
It rolled on the commercial.
Kraft, like
So I've been listening to this Nathan and Sam, and I jumped on the Facebook account and read up some things and watched some videos that I probably should have watched from the beginning. Because I was trying to figure it out, and I couldn't do it. When I got to YouTube, that's when I figured it out. Hey, buddy. No, I like what I see. And it's like, when I got the messages, it was like, to me, it's going to be personal for each individual if they do it. And Nathan's saying that, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, because that's where I was going with it. At least that's the messages I was getting, you know. It's not something out away from you. It's, you know, this is where the messages are coming from. So anyway, I was doing that, and then all of a sudden, you know, and I got to say this, for a month now, you know, I've been getting different things pop up a lot. One was Mickey Mouse, and I still don't understand why. Another was volcanoes. And, you know, every week I drive to a vapor cave where I sit underneath volcanic water. That's a volcano that's 30 miles away. So volcano keeps coming up. And I was looking at some of the Nathan stuff on YouTube, and I see all these Yellowstone alerts. This is what went on. I was in 2015, it was February. I was desperate for a conspiracy. I was desperate for something, you know, something new. And the best I could come up with was the volcanoes. You know, I was looking at volcano videos. And, you know, it was about a week or maybe two that I was looking at these volcano videos. And shortly after there, you know, the impalement took place. You know, things may have changed since then. I may have noticed Mandela effects. I just wasn't biting, and then I guess it took the impalement and the orbs and all the other things for me to start noticing things. But I found it interesting that, you know, these volcano videos are popping up now. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to start looking at these again. But like they said, my roommate said the first time, if a volcano goes off, you're not going to know it. Nobody is. It's just it's going to be it. And, you know, that's when, you know, I noticed Mandela effects and flat earth material on YouTube. And I'm like, well, I could have shifted a major section. A bunch of us could have shifted. And that's why all these people were noticing these things. And another thing, you know, was going on is, you'd pop up a video on this stuff, and, you know, it's been around, you know, a few days or whatever, and it's got no views, or it's only been around, you know, for a day, and it's got tons of views, and it just wasn't making any sense. But I'm going to go ahead and check out the video, the volcanoes again. I don't know. Why not? Because now, before, I remember part of Yellowstone was, like a very small part of Yellowstone was in Colorado. In this timeline, it is not. And I'm a lot closer to it now, too. I'm a lot more north. Before, it was kind of centered. No, I'm north of center now. And I also found that, to me, Denver's a lot more north.
What's your dad say?
He said no fucking way.
About what, JFK?
People, about JFK. There was 4 people in the car.
Last week, around the 18th. You know, I felt a shift of some sort. The symptoms were there. And I, you know, I was like, okay, it's this and this and this, and that pattern is just disintegrating. It worked for a little bit, and now it's kind of there. It's kind of not. I'm off on it for sure. You know, I want to say the full moon has something to do with it, and then I'm thinking, well, when the shift happened within like 2-3 days instead of spreading out between 2-3 weeks from what I was feeling before. And I thought, wow, they're getting closer together. And I said, okay, but we got a full moon coming up next week, which for me was yesterday, the 27th. At 4:21 p.m. You know, I look at those things, I'm keeping an eye on that stuff. Not really documenting anything on it. It's just, something I'm interested in. And they're saying it was an hour and something minute long full moon today, the 28th, on the other side of the world. So I thought that's strange. And then somebody else was saying that it was both the 27th and 28th. And I'm like, oh, it's close to impossible. I don't understand that. It's the full moon. It's, barely full for the half a second that it is full, right? Because it's constantly moving. But I guess maybe they meant the eclipse. And that could be two separate things. The full moon and the eclipse. Are they two separate things?
Goddamn car. There's no 6 people in the car.
There's 6 people in the car now.
There's 4 people on the Misfits poster.
But why would it change?
Can I get some of the stuff?
I've got all kinds of shit, dude.
Well, bring it in.
It hasn't changed.
Bring it in. I need to see
Still Sex
it.
in the City on my DVDs. It's still.
I need to see that.
I'm gonna bring
bring
it.
them in.
I'm gonna bring it.
You drink for free that night.
All right. I'm bringing it tomorrow.
Well, we're going to get the looks on the JFK.
Wikipedia?
Wherever you want. I don't care where you go. You go wherever you want. I'm not going to influence.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. There's 6.
No, there's not 6 people in there.
I don't.
This is going to mess up his head,
Yeah.
man.
There is 6 people.
I want neck rope.
Yeah, how do 6 people in? 6 people. Who says there's 4 people?
Who says that?
There was 4 people.
I remember
My dad
4. I studied it.
Being 4 people. He remembers where I wasn't born yet, but he remembers where he was and what he was doing, and he remembers 4 people.
Put it that way.
Chaps, in those days, how can a car have like 1, 2, 3, and 1 to 3 places? There's literally 3 rows of benches on that car. What is it?
It's a custom car. It's the present. Why would they do?
My poster.
Why does the car
My
look like that?
Misfits poster. There's only 2 fucking.
Okay, we're gonna go to your house, see the Misfits poster.
We have to see it to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see the Misfits poster. You drink for free when you bring that in.
No. Yeah, but there's only 2 doors.
Yeah,
What is
but
that?
There is only.
they're
2
just
doors.
pulling.
How can they be like one in front of the other?
They're pushing the bench
I
down.
want to see what you're
That's why
looking at
people
right
see.
now.
That's why
I
people
wanna
see the
see
double
it.
effect. They're like, ah,
Driving.
Look at a driver. He looks green. He's transparent.
Oh my god.
You don't see his head because
There
there
are
are
6 people. What the fuck?
broken board.
Nah, don't worry about that. I get that
But
later.
how could they be sitting like that in a car? That's
You
why I
good,
thought
man?
It was 4 people.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No,
thought there
there's
was-
4
You
doors.
actually
There's
gotta
not
lift the
2
seat off
doors.
to
There's
fix
4
it.
doors.
I'll get it. Don't worry about it.
Or 1, 2. and
Suicide
1, 2.
doors in the back.
But you thought they were sitting like this because never you see people sitting like this in
There
the
was
car.
4 people.
Why are you sitting like this in the car?
Okay, so hold on. I gotta
I'll show you that flag right now. Let's get that on there because that white line's on top. And the white line's on underneath.
No, you got just right up there between
No,
the
that's not
white
it.
and the
Oh,
black.
a little
You
tiny
see?
red stitch.
Right
Is
there.
that what they did?
Yeah. That's what they
Okay.
did. The government did that.
So this spiritual perspective, I mean, it's got to be from your beliefs. And I'm sure whatever your beliefs and your spirituality is, I'm sure it's good and wholesome and righteous. And, I mean, you got to go with your beliefs because you're not going to be able to change your beliefs now to the point where you believe it. I do quantum, the infinite thing. Then it's going to come to everybody in their own time, and you are truly in your own dimension. And we can all see these things going on around us. And some of us that we're interacting with now may have already gone through it. They might be the background people now. We might even be talking to them. They might have accomplished, moved on. Especially, I mean, if you look at the perspective from you're the only one in your dimension, I mean, this is all for you. And when I start to project that out. Like, wow, this is here for me. I am the only one in my head. There's nothing I can do about anything on the outside of me. You know, that really starts to excite me. That's one of the things that pumps me into a better mood when I have these mood swings. And when the mood swings come on, you know, I'm starting to pick everything up around me, and I need to start blocking that off like I used to. I don't know what made me stop. But, you know, yeah, it's going to happen for, like right now, a lot of the signs I keep getting is, you know, I know in the book it even said it was late 2015 or early 16, where, you know, I had characters in TV screens asking me what I'm waiting for. And I didn't understand the question. Now I do. Now I really feel like there's a bunch of people I'm interacting with here, all for me, and they're actually on the other side going.
Come out here to cool. There used to be other caves across the street there, but they had to move the river, so they had to close those caves. And I told a story about a girl I met out here. She was talking about those mountains out here. She did some parasailing. And I was talking to her about the Mandela Effects, shifting timelines, of course. Because that's what you do when you meet a nice girl. And she said, that's really weird, because when I was looking down, I swear it was like the late 1800s. It did not look modern at all when she was up there coming down.
We got a couple of takes, you know.
Couple of takes.
All right, my name's Alex Schwender, and I literally went to Thurston Cagos in the winter, and the peanut butter was Jiffy and not Jiffy.
There you go, bang. I mean,
Always thought it as the Jiffy.
he ate Jiffy peanut butter his whole life, right?
Well, every time I went to the States and in Thurston Cagos, because we don't sell Jiffy in Montreal.
You guys are from where?
Montreal, Canada.
Another reality.
Really
Another dimension.
Am I really from there?
This guy, I'm blowing his mind. He's like totally into it. And this guy's like, I can't take it anymore, man.
I'm from Leadville, Colorado.
Rod, do you need a little beer?
No, I got a full brew, bro.
Alright. It's dark in here tonight. I gotta get these guys out of here and close this bar up.
It's not even 3, so.
It's not even, what, is that what?
12:30.
I closed.
In this timeline.
You close at 3.
12:30.
In our timeline, it's 3.
12:36.
What time is it closed over here?
12 o'clock. I closed at 12. It's 2, but I closed at 12.
Slacker.
Slacker, I'm letting you smoke at the bar, sucker.
And you guys are in.
Damn
4
Canadians.
people or less in the bar.
I have a friend of mine who's from Canada. Nobleness D. He's out in Canada. He does Mandela Effect videos. You gotta check him out too.
He's in the book.
He's in the book. His it's in the back. Yeah, his page is in the back. Sure.
Cass, really, your book, there's a picture of you in back here.
That's me. Yeah.
You thought it was a joke?
That's the Amazon version. Has a picture of me on the back of the book.
Glitch in the mattress.
Yeah.
A
Physical.
shift in country.
He's like, please explain to me what you mean by timelines. I'm like, man, I can't.
There's words that I never saw in my life right here.
Just on the back of the book.
Amalgamating. What is that? Amalgamating timelines.
Amalgamating. Amalgamating timelines.
Amalgamating.
That means coming together, pushing 2 timelines coming together.
Is the molecular? Molecular structure of physical reality actually changing right before your eyes. Our eyes. I'm dyslexic, that's why.
Oh, you're fine,
That's
dude. You did a better job than most people that read the back of
story
that.
of one man's paranormal and supernatural experience. This is only the beginning. Ooh.
I'm really thinking that these little shifts and changes that have been going on for the last few years that we have noticed. I mean, you know, I'm sure they've been going on all the time. there are powers out there that seem to understand it and know what's going on and prepare themselves accordingly, whatever that is.
No, no.
I still got like a 20-hour drive to California. I'm reading this shit.
That actually says beginning on the Amazon version. Thanks.
Oh yeah, I've got that one too.
BG.
Yeah, you might want to check out the Kindle version. I edited that up a little bit.
I paid for the goddamn Amazon version, Anthony.
Thanks.
I paid for that.
Thank you.
Goddamn camera out my face. I didn't do my makeup. I'm be pissed.
Hey, you guys have Monopoly in Canada?
Yeah.
we do.
Everybody has Monopoly.
Okay.
I bought Dino-opoly.
You remember the Monopoly man?
Yeah.
The guy?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Does
yeah,
he wear?
doesn't have the little...
Does he wear glasses, a monocle, or nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
You're putting nothing at all.
He has a fucking monocle.
What's a monocle?
He doesn't.
What's a monocle?
One eyebrow?
No.
One eye piece.
Oh yeah.
Monocle.
No, he's got a monocle, right? Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Not
really. Not in this timeline. He doesn't.
Well, wait, I gotta see it. Because in Family Guy,
Even
they put a video of the Monopoly guy, and I'm pretty
knows
sure he had
him with a
nothing.
monocle.
Oh, he had nothing.
He had nothing. In Family Guy, he
On
put
the
a video of the Monopoly guy, and he had nothing.
Okay.
Are
That's
those
very
like The
possible.
Simpsons? Sometimes they do those things.
Yeah.
So
they
is that a different
Simpsons
thing?
can
Or
see the future.
you think of like
somehow,
Donald
I don't
Trump?
know.
or
Yeah,
something?
that's weird.
Yeah, the Simpsons kind of see
Yeah,
some of
that's
that
what I'm
stuff, and they've done Mandela Effect
They've
stuff
done.
as well.
They did.
Oh yeah, you'll.
So some of the other things I have to do is get back into meditating, not continuously, but as often as I used to. That's one of the messages I've been receiving. I practically get stuff all the time now, almost to the point where I'm like, oh, okay, I'll get to that. No, can't have that attitude, and I won't.
The theory is that there are an infinite number of alternate realities. Some of them are very different, and some are almost identical.
Sir.
Yo, guys, nice meeting you. Very nice meeting you guys.
Was a pleasure.
Thank you very
We'll
much,
be
sir,
back.
Anthony.
And I hope you remember us.
Okay.
If we come in, like busy night, we
Like,
go,
ah,
hey,
Canadian.
Mandela Effect.
You gotta come
know
serve up right now.
Because we're gonna follow you on YouTube at
Excellent.
the last page of your book.
Cool.
Like we're gonna read on the road to
Sweet.
Utah, Las Vegas.
Listen,
More and more, I've been feeling like I want to pull away from reporting here on YouTube. The people I'm in contact with, like last month, they heard me say, it was, great. And the month before that, you couldn't talk to anyone. And this month, I was like, you can't really talk to anybody. It's not just that. I'm being attacked. I've been doing this a while. And I must have done something right, because now I'm getting attacked. Deliberately, people coming up to me, asking me questions, and then, oh, you think the earth is flat? No, I never said that. Not never. At one point, I really thought it was, and then I said, wait a minute, that's not right. I'm just believing other people just like I did the first time when it was a ball. And, it doesn't matter. We don't know, and it's about your perspective. And that's it, I just don't think it's a ball. So, I got people attacking me, laughing at me, saying, you think it's flat? I'm like, no, wait a minute. If you're going to laugh at me about something, laugh at me because I think the yield sign used to be yellow. But I've been getting attacked. So I'm kind of pulling in the reins, man. I don't, maybe it was the blatancy of just walking around asking people about Stofers.
I'm going to ask you a question about it. All right, stovetops. You beautiful. Right. Oh, let's talk about the sinuses. Stovetop stuffing is made by what company? I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to name 3 companies, and you're going to...
They gave me like a minute to think about it.
Well, I can give you a minute.
I've only ever called it stovetop.
Well, because you make homemade stuffing, so you don't know. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I keep asking all these cooks, and they all keep saying, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's so obvious, but, I mean, like, this happens.
My sister's husband it, so I should know, but I've only ever called it stovetop.
I'm going to name 3 companies, and then you can tell me which one it is.
Okay.
I'll go with Betty Crocker, Kraft, or Stovetop. I mean, or Stofers. Betty Crocker, Kraft, or Stofers.
I'd say Kraft.
Kraft. Okay. Just messed up my whole video. Just go away. I'm kidding. It is Kraft.
Oh, I have no idea. Just Betty Crocker, I think baked goods, and the Stouffer's, I don't really think that's...
Stouffer's doesn't do it, huh? They just work with bread, that's all.
I think they do frozen that you warm up.
It's happened to me both times today. This morning, I got up, checking the clock, and I'm going to head downstairs because I know there's things going on when there's opening, and I'll go down to oversee it or whatever. I realize, all right, they've already started. It's 10:15, so they're already down there. Let me just wait it out. It's quarter to 11. I leave. I go downstairs. It's 10 o'clock on the nose. 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm telling you, I was watching the clock. I don't understand it. I go, wow, that's really weird. Well, haha, I guess I shifted, you know. I'm like, I guess I did because the place was pitch black. And same thing just happened on the way down to work. I'm starting at 6, and I thought, well, somebody might expect me to start at 5. Let me go down there at 4:30, just show my face. I came down. It's 5:30. Twice in the same day.
So it's my understanding that there are energy waves coming in right now, and this, you know, may or may not be quantum. And I mean, my theories are my theories, and they're because of experience. I've been through that enough times, but some of the things I see people going through now, I went through a couple years ago. Some of it would come back periodically. It depends on everybody's like, oh, we're having a shift. And I'm like, I wonder if that's why I got sick. Or I wonder if I had that stuff going through my head. Or I wonder if that's why this or that, you know, because there was a shift going on. I'm under the impression that it's coming in stronger now. And by October, it should be going stronger. Like, we'll notice it. People that have been going through this will notice it, and notice it going on with people around them, but you don't have to interact with them. You don't have to. That's my understanding of it. I'd say anybody that's been Mandela affected or in the community, just hang in there. It shouldn't be long. And if you're going through stuff now, you should be over it before October. I feel that anybody that's seen the Mandela effects or noticed other changes is noticing truth, and that's why we're going in the direction we're going in.
There you go.
I don't know.
You gotta kick one leg in front. That's it.
I don't know. What do you do?
Yep, just like that. And then there you go. There you go.
This would be a good time to ask you, oh boy, let's see. Now, you from France?
From Belgium as well.
Belgium, I mean. Are you from Belgium? I keep screwing that up. Just because you speak French doesn't mean you're from France.
Thank you.
I ran out of questions. Do you ever hear that TV show Sex in the City?
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Is that what it's called? Sex in the City?
Yes.
This is in the city, isn't it?
Or is it Sex and the City?
Sex in the City.
In the City. It was, yeah, it's actually and now in this timeline. But yeah.
So a good month ago, my kitties got a bat. I had the door open. I'm taking care of that, but come in, there's this big ass bat lying on the ground. They're just batting it back and forth, right? And I feel horrible, right? This thing's still alive. So I get it out. I don't think it made it, but anyway, it's a month ago. So I'm got this meteor thing coming out, right? I've seen one the last 3 nights. As I'm out there, I'm laying in the hammock, totally chilling, checking out the stars. Nothing's really going on. The last few nights, yeah, they were very blinky. But tonight, not so much. I'm just laying out there watching. I'm not seeing anything, and it just keeps popping in my head. Remember the bat. What if a bat gets in? It's been a month. I've been out there before with the door open. I'm not thinking, watch out for bats. As soon as I walk in, I see both of them just batting the crap out of this bat. So, I'm under the impression that our psychic abilities are going to be elevated. And why would I be thinking about a bat? I took this one out and that one ain't making it either. My cats don't play. When they play, they don't play. One of the other things I feel that I created by default, I was in this line of cars earlier on the way in, and as soon as I accepted it, it was a good 15 minutes we sat there, 1-lane traffic. As soon as I accepted it, we started going. And then I laughed. I said, see, all I had to do is accept it. So at that point, I got excited, I guess. I felt like it was me that did it. So I realized it's not. But it is. But it's not. It's not. Tough to explain. I'm glad I'm talking this one out. I'm glad this happened. Because no sooner did I, get excited, I had a feeling about it after it happened, did we get stopped again for another good 5-10 minutes. And then as soon as I accepted it, we were let through. So I accepted, I just shut my car off. And me creating. Oh, you can't see them in this light. Look at these. Okay. I wanted old glasses for boom days, the little thing we had, when I dressed up with the hat and all. And I wanted to get some specs like this. These are readers. They're practically my prescription. I could see better out of these than I can the prescription glasses I got that are lower. Anyway, I created this. I didn't even realize I was creating it. I was like, wow, I'd really like a pair of cool old specs. Just to see, whatever they look like, see how, And I thought, I really don't want to pay a lot of money. Well, these are from late 1800s, and they were $22. And, months ago, I was like, wow, it'd be really cool to have some John Lennon-looking pair of old glasses. But I realized when I was thinking about it and molding these glasses into my life, it wasn't so much letting go or accepting. To me, like I say letting go in the book, I've changed it to accepting. What it actually is not having any investment in it. It's like once I was thinking about it, like, wow, it'd be really cool to own a pair of those. And then I didn't care whether I got them or not. It didn't matter to me. I wasn't dwelling on it. I didn't have any investment on whether or not I would own these glasses or not. It didn't bother me one way or the other. So to me, it's even more of a letting go or an accepting. One of the things I was thinking about when I was in the pool, I had it's not a vision, nothing close. I think I might have had visions. This was like a recognition of something, and I put the thought into play. I'm sitting there in the hot springs,
up on these rocks. And I'm thinking, you know, I wonder if this is what it was like back in the Roman days. You know, he's sitting back chilling, and I think it hit me. It was a feeling of recognition that I've been there, I've done that. And it was like, I don't know how to describe it, because it was like the epiphany. It wasn't an epiphany. Like, this thing was bigger than my physical body. That's about the best way I could describe it. What else? Aging. Now, I heard somebody say something like, well, you don't have to age as fast or something. I'm saying you don't have to age at all. And somebody said, well, yeah, no, I guess you don't have to mentally. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And somebody said, well, the physical body it's physical. It's going to deteriorate after a while. Yeah, if you believe that. I mean, if that's how you really feel about it, get my hand out of your face. I mean, I just really feel like if you believe that, that's what you've been told that. You've been brought that up that way, so of course you see the effects of aging because you believe it. I really don't believe you have to age. Unless you wanna. I'm probably going to be here longer than I expected. I always figured 152 was a good number.
And let me clean that up right now. Letting go and accepting and having no investment. The words "no investment" came from Aluna Ash, clairvoyant. And I believe she was saying it in the same terms. And that's when I heard her say that, I was like, yes, that's what it is. And I think it's even more than that, or less than that. It may be all those things kind of together. It's more of a feeling. It's more of a knowing. But I didn't, that was something, listening to her, some of her things and some of the stuff she had to say. It just, all that did was clear up my own little.
Those rays, I don't know if it's coming up on the camera, but those rays are about 150 yards over my head. I just concentrate. Recently, I've been just staying within, going with my heart, and knowing that this is here for me, and it's for me to use. And what's cool about that? It's on the inside of the mountain. It's not like it goes behind the mountain. Hey, the Monopoly Man. Do you know the Monopoly Man?
No.
You never seen the Monopoly Man before? The game Monopoly?
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
Does he wear glasses, a monocle, or nothing at all?
Where's the monocle?
Isn't great? He's never worn anything in this timeline. All right. It feels right. But I know there's things missing. Things missing. Something's missing. For me, I mean, I'm like, I'm right there. I know what I'm waiting for. Everything's already here. What's today? Today's the 12th or 13th. Everything around me is really calm and easy, but I can see the other experiences, things people are going through. Not for me. To me, it's so mundane. I'm like, why do you do that to yourself? Well, I'm still doing things to myself. I just don't understand yet. But, things even physically look different. Different glow, I guess. I don't know.
Because at this point, you are multidimensional and you're aware of that multidimensional self. You're aware of being multidimensional.
Yeah, I really enjoy everything she's putting out.
And now a week after me deciding I ain't taking shit off of people, or I'm not doing it anymore, I'm standing up for myself and stuff. I don't need to go through all that emotion. I don't need to go through all that anger, okay? But, yeah, they bother me more and more every day. All I needed to say was I am getting in touch with my masculine side, because I've always been in touch with my feminine side. At least that's how I feel, being brought up by my mother, and, you know, take care of this and make sure this is this way and this is how it has to be. And so I think what's happening is, and that's what I've been hearing, this shift, these energies that are coming in are clearing out. There's no duality. There's no duality. So I'm integrating both the masculine and feminine. At least that's how I feel about it. And I feel stronger about it. I need to control it, not flip out, because some guy came screaming. He came in the bar screaming. I don't even know if I might have talked about this. I might have talked about this on a personal live. I don't know. Came in the bar screaming, and I'm kicking him out right away. But I didn't just say, "Sir, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to leave the establishment." No, I'm screaming, "Get the fuck out of here now!" I was a madman worse than he was. You know, I didn't need to be like that. But anyway, all I needed to say was I'm getting in touch with my masculine side. I'm going to have to totally agree with Moneybags. I filmed that piece you just saw before Moneybags put out that little video about psychic abilities. I'll be putting it out after his, of course. I don't think I have any proof. I didn't say what the date was. But it doesn't matter. I agree with him 100%, and I feel it, and I feel it coming on. And there's a couple of examples. I think I woke up a couple of times in the middle of the night and filmed something real quick that happened.
Sure, this is nothing. There's a place down the road here called City on the Hill. Now, it's the same owners, but this one's City on a Hill. I don't know. Sounds familiar somehow. Closed the bar up for a little deep cleaning. Kind of needed it.
We don't need him.
Anthony, I have
Right here.
not ever met someone
The earth is round,
intelligent.
motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus.
I hope he got that. I hope he got that.
Yeah, I got it.
Retake. Take three.
It's actually spirit.
Yeah. Okay, we're on take 3 now,
It's
Jack,
an ellipsoid.
because now we
It's
could
an
do
ellipsoid.
2.
It's an ellipsoid, you son of a bitch. And the Green Bay
I don't know.
Packers
You
Are
suck.
you from Wisconsin?
Yes.
Where?
Yeah, psychic stuff. There's one person downstairs at the bar. It's fairly busy, so I was going back and forth, and then I decided to go ahead and lay down and go to sleep. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I want to be there for the close and all. So I say, all right, I'll just get up in a few hours. Go ahead and check the bar. And I start to feel guilty. I start to feel like I should be down there. That's what it was. I felt like I started to feel like I should be down there. And I said, I'll get up in an hour or whatever. Phone rings. There's a problem down at the bar and I got to get down there. So if I just went with what I was feeling,
Anthony, you are so intelligent. I can't believe I don't know that many intelligent people, but I know that you are.
Wow, okay. Hope that don't get copyright strikes.
Send it to your mom.
Yeah. Place is all closed up. And got a couple people working in the back, and they take breaks and watch some TV, and I paused it for them because they kind of left it running, and I paused on that after a little conversation about it. Coincidence? I'd just be guessing. What do we got here? It's a guitar, and he's got a nice little...
it is, yeah, that's probably not going to work. It has been extremely frustrating trying to explain to somebody. It's like, here's how it goes. It's like, hey, what color is the yield sign? Yellow. How many people were in the car when JFK was assassinated? 4. What company makes, and this is a new one, what company makes stovetop stuffing? Stouffer's. Okay. You're wrong on all counts. And what are you talking about? Why? Look it up. You got the world at your fingertips. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. You know? The guy's looking at the stuff and he's going, well, so what, were they taken over by another company? No, they weren't taken over by another. It's always been Kraft. It's always been red yield sign. It's always been 6 people in the car. Your consciousness shifted into another timeline. And this is where it gets me. It's like, what do you mean, another timeline? Because I'm like, how do I explain this to people? You know, I've been doing it for 3 years now. And now I'm just like, what do I mean by another timeline? Because when I first started getting into this, I always said dimension. I always said you're in another dimension. Your consciousness shifted to another dimension. That's how I was talking about it when I was on Mandela Effects site and other people. And now I'm just like, wow, okay, the timelines are, your physical reality, the timelines are stationary, and your consciousness is what's moving through them to create motion in time, and we're experiencing these changes, and we have been our whole life. We blew them off. We pick up the ringing in the ear or the download or whatever else it is, and we accept it. So, you know, I was talking with Danny, I was talking with Scar Performance, and, you know, I just busted out with, well, what the hell are we supposed to be doing with this? Now, he's on this thing where, you know, this is for the future, and they're going to look back at this, and I'm all for that. I'm going to write my second book based on people reading it in the future. And I'm with that. And then I was listening to Moneybags 73, and he was saying something about, you know, listen, I feel you can shift your consciousness through timelines and create the reality you want and you desire. I agree with that 100%. I do not agree with, listen, me agreeing and having it be a possibility are 2 different things. Okay? I do not like the computer simulation theory at all. I don't like it. It works for almost everything that's going on, though. It does. If it's a computer, it's going to work for everything. Even a mistake, it works for the computer simulation. It's my second thing as far as theories go. That would be my second one. I don't like it at all. I'm going to have to drop it down, but I can't, because I have to keep an open mind. and say it could be this, it could be whatever. The other one is that we shifted from one side of the galaxy to the other. I don't believe in space because of the experiences that I actually had. These things happened to me, you know, with the stars and everything. Outer space is not what they told us, as far as I'm concerned. Do we live on a ball or a flat? I don't know. I don't care. It's about my perspective. It's about what's on around me. If I live on a ball in infinite space, then I'm not confined. If I live on a flat plane in a dish that's covered up, I'm confined. And, you know, that's what I think they're hiding from us. They don't want us to be confined because they're going to, you know, we'll want to get out. That's what human beings want to do. I'm not buying the outer space thing. Anybody that was abducted by aliens is probably abducted by a government and experimented on through that. I mean, that's probably what it was. But since we're talking quantum and infinite, those things may have actually happened to those people in some other reality, some other timeline, whatever. I'm really going with nobody's wrong. And if that's what those people wanted to experience, then they could experience that. I don't understand that because I wanted, you know, I was like, shit, abduct me. You know, I was all into UFOs and aliens and everything. Abduct me, I'm ready, take me. You know, nothing ever happened. First UFO I ever seen was the orbs. You know, if you want unidentified. And they portrayed to me that they were parts of me or something, and I'll probably get into that sometime. I'm still wondering, one was me, one was my mate. I mean, that's the stuff I got, whatever. I don't know if I put that in the book or not. But yeah, no, your consciousness is the only thing that's real. Your consciousness is shifting through timelines to create motion and time and space. And it's the physical reality that is stationary, and we're flying through it to create motion. That's what I'm sticking with that. That's what I feel. Do I think I'm right? Do I think I'm wrong? I don't know. I don't care. That's my theory. That's my top theory. That's what I'm going with. I know a lot of times I say, hey, I'm probably not right. Well, I'm probably not, but I'm probably close. Okay, that's where I'm going with this. I'm close on this. You can create, and I'm convinced because of the recent things that have been going on with me, because these are my questions, and I put the questions out there, and I'm hoping to get answers, and I'm getting my answers. We are multi-dimensional beings living in a multi-universe. That's what I'm saying we're doing. That's what I'm saying and we can manipulate it, can control it. We can influence it to our liking. And the powers that shouldn't be are bombarding us with ELF waves, television, communication, all this electronic stuff going, and they push this negative stuff into our head, so we stay dumbed down and we stay negative. And you know, I'm seeing it. I mean, it's completely coming out where I'm going, okay, how come I wake up and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to happen and it's going to be this way and this is the way it has to be, and I stop myself. Wait a minute. And then I got this thing in my head where I'm like, well, I have to finish that thought out. You know what? No, you don't. It's not real. It's not going to happen anyway, so forget it. Stop with the bad, negative thoughts like, I'm going to be seeing so-and-so today, and I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. You know what? Stop that crap. You're creating that. We have been creating physical reality since the beginning of time. This is what we've been doing, and now we're opening up to it. Not all of us. Not all of us. Some of us. Some of us are opening up to this. Some of us have lifted the veil, and we're waking up. And this is how we create physical reality. I want to say this is how we allegedly create physical reality. This is allegedly this is what I think's going on. All right. I'm not claiming to have all the answers, and I'm not claiming to know what it is. I have my beliefs, and that's what's going to create my reality. You know, I think we're multi-dimensional beings shifting through timelines, and I think you can create it. Right now, we've gone through a shift, or I'll say shifts probably happen a week or two. I mean, it probably takes a while. Before, I think it was months. And now it's like happening, like the 18th of July, a supposedly major shift. And the first, and I'm like, okay, and I'm noticing things here and there, nothing big enough to report. And I'm just, going, I might have forgot. It's not a 100%. Look, Stouffer's stovetop stuffing is a 1,000%er for me. It was stovetop stuffing. It was Stouffer's stovetop stuffing, and not Kraft. Are you kidding me? That's just nuts. All right, I'm going to end this here. And this is probably the latest thing I've videoed. I'm going to go ahead and on the end of this tack on a bunch of other things that I've noticed. Probably the same stuff because it was personal things that I was going through that I was explaining. And it's funny because I'm like, I really don't want to talk about this online. This is personal. Other people might hear this stuff. I put it up in the bar. They might see me talking about it, and it's people I'm interacting with physically here. So it's probably not a good idea. So I did it anyway because I did a lot of blogging. That's what heck with it. That's what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you my blogs. They're just personal things that I would go through and then maybe make a video about some of the stuff I said. These blogs weren't that bad, except that one time that I got personal, which is stuff that I wouldn't have talked about. The wind came in so strong you couldn't hear a thing. So I had to edit all that stuff out anyway. I'm like, is that a sign? Because that specific thing I was talking about, guess what? I accepted it, let it go, and it worked out even better than I wanted because I accepted it. And that's the best definition I can give it, the word accept. Because it wasn't like letting go, because that's what I kept thinking I needed to do. I need to let go of that. No, I need to accept it. Instead of letting go, which is practically the opposite. Okay, so once I accepted all that, those things went away. I think you'll enjoy these things. Some of it's pretty funny, I think. I don't know. Let's see. I think I made all my points for this video. Man, I'm sorry. I don't understand hoppy beers. I just don't. That is so nasty. And so now I do this so I can describe these to people. And somebody's like, so what's this taste like, this IPA? It tastes like the lawn. Yeah, it's like I just mowed the lawn. I really want to do this video right here. All these cars going by. Busy day. Right here around the roads. There's my moon. We got it half going. Noticed the chemtrails today. Last a few days ago, somebody mentioned to me that there was some kind of gas attack that went on last year. Same thing. I don't know if that's the false flag thing. I don't pay any attention to that. I don't have to. When I see these things coming, I feel like I'm missing something because, I'm seeing this false flag type thing come out, and then I'm seeing the chemtrails. Now, the chemtrails came out yesterday. I saw a few. Today I saw a few this morning, this afternoon. Now there's nothing. Got a half full moon. Full moon will be in about a week and a half, I guess. And the thing is, I woke up with crap going on in my head that don't belong there. It's not me. I don't understand it.
issues that there's no way. You know, it was like I had nothing. I had nothing to throw up. I don't want to get personal because it involves other people. But it doesn't. It just involves me. And what am I going to do about it? Well, the first thing I realized is, well, wait a minute. Last time, what did I do last time? Last time, I accepted the situation, started to turn my way, or the way I felt was proper, and then I got involved and it started to turn back. I accepted the situation again, and it went away. Okay? Now, how am I supposed to just accept things? This is what's been going through my head. How am I supposed to accept things when I'm the manager and I'm supposed to be taking care of things? You know, I'm supposed to be overseeing things. Well, not only that, I'm kind of responsible for the night crew, and that's where the problem was. And there was also problems with the bank. Finance manager, hey, I need to be involved here. You know, I need to make sure these things don't continue to happen. I guess what I'm going through now is, you know, because look, the paranoia came in with those thoughts. It was yesterday morning and this morning, and I got rid of them. I don't need them. But I did have this scenario going through my head constantly, and I kept shutting it down. I don't need to project what I think should happen. I need to accept the situation for what it is and interject when needed, I guess. I don't know. There were other things that happened too that, you know, is just uncalled for and should not have happened. Man, now I'm just bitching. But I'm really not. I mean, somebody out here knows me? There is only one road in and out, so yeah, I guess somebody's going to notice me. I guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to accept, let things just kind of work out for themselves. How am I supposed to do that when I'm responsible for things? You know, so when I go ahead and go inside and trying to come up with the answers on this, I keep getting stuff like, oh, we'd tell you to just accept it and let it go and it'll work itself out, but you feel you need to do something. And that's what I keep getting. I'm like, wait a minute, you're right. By accepting it, I'm doing something. And I think that's what I'm trying to learn here. I think that's what's trying to get put into my head. It's absolutely gorgeous out there, and I get to share it. It's close to a straight drop down here. Enough. Can you feel the energy? She just told me, yeah, now she's all embarrassed.
Yes, I do.
I can feel
that
it.
aura is all over this town for like at least a week.
A week? Oh, wow. It's like really pounding me today. And I'm like, for no reason at all, yeah, I just want to... The people, I swear, they're pissing me off. They ain't doing nothing. You know, they just play a song I don't like.
Yeah, that's better. All right. Let's see. I got any microphone here? I did this video today. I don't know how much of it you'll get. I'll probably edit it up because it got really personal. You know, I was basically talking to myself again. It was about accepting and how I was being tested again. And then I went off into how, whoa, wait a second. I did this last month. Okay. You know, I noticed the chemtrails came out and I said, oh, okay, hold on. What's going on? What happened last week? Well, I don't know. I don't pay attention to anything. Not true. I just absorb what's around me, which isn't always easy, but I'm being taught how to deal with those things without interacting in a position that I feel like I should be interacting with. So it's about the accepting, and I constantly fight it, and I'm like, well, why? I'm shown that it works. I'm shown that that's how it's supposed to go, and I still feel like I have to fix it or figure it out because that's the way I've been programmed. That's what's going on in my head. I mean, from youth, 2 and 2 is 4. Figure it out. 2 and 2 is what? Figure it out. So I did some nice videos. The scenery was great. I took a trip. It was like everything was great. I woke up in the morning and the negative thoughts started coming in. And this is the pattern I'm seeing. And I know I've done a video on this. So ever since talking with Dark Wolf's Den, I've noticed the pattern. Even before then, I was kind of putting it together, but talking with him, thinking, maybe there is a pattern. I'll look into it a little further. And I'm constant. This is at least 2 months, probably 3 or more, that I'm seeing a false flag type situation, and then the chemtrails, or the negative thoughts, and then the chemtrails. The negative thoughts, and the only reason I say the situation with the false flag is because this time, somebody mentioned something to me about some kind of gassing of people that happened last year, and was saying, look, I knew nothing about the one last year. But something happened that to me was probably, at least all over the country. They talked about it all over the country. So there's your false flag situation. And then you get, I get the negative thoughts coming in, and it's been really easy for me to get rid of those. I'm noticing them quicker. As before, I would just go with it and go, okay, this is going to happen, and this is how it's going to be, and there's no need for that. It's just so pathetic. And so I'm catching that right away. And it started to come in different forms, and I'm like, well, no, it's the same thing. There's nothing for me to sit here and go, I'm upset about because I've created this, whatever, and I got nothing to worry about. And like thoughts are coming in that I'm like, well, no, that's stupid. I don't have to sit there and do that. Why is that happening? Either something's being pushed in or I'm programmed to just do that. I mean, I don't know. And I'm knocking it right out. And after that, the paranoia, a little bit of that, knocked that right out. I'm like, wow, that's really incredible how this stuff is coming in. I love that how I'm knocking it out because I'm like, no. And then I'll just smile and, put myself in a good mood. And it goes away that quickly. And I start thinking about things that I want to think about or get on track of what I need to do. Or, I'd say that happened last night or yesterday morning and this morning. And great. All right, cats, do your job. Got more flies in here. You wouldn't know I had cats. And after the false flag, the mood swing, that's what I'm calling it, like with the paranoia and the thoughts coming in, and then you get the chemtrails, and in a week, I believe it's full moon. I mean, that's the pattern I'm seeing. And then after the full moon, everything is amazing, at least for me, because while I'm going through these things, I'm practicing believing and knowing that I'm working myself out of this negative stuff, away from it, and I'm just keeping that positive attitude. And it's not just a positive attitude, it's a knowing. It is a knowing. I already know the outcome of all this. When it's all said and done, I already know the outcome. And that's in here. Okay, so just know that. Don't doubt. Don't that you know it too. You know the outcome too. Don't doubt. the doubt's just going to keep you down, keep you in 3D. We have experienced more than 3D. As far as the masses go, yeah, we're probably going to be looked down upon and shunned, and because it's happening. It's happening to me now. At least this last shift that we had about a month ago. Forget about getting interviews at the bar. I mean, I talk to people and I realize, wow, there's a reason why I don't have my phone tonight, because people are just fighting with me. And, at first I wanted to, protect myself and retaliate back or, put up that shield. And then I'm just like, no, you know what? Let them go. Yeah, that's the way it is. It's always been that way. And I just let it go and move on. There might have been 2 decent conversations that I would have had with people this past couple of weeks. And then I was like, damn, wish I had my phone. But no, I need to go back to, that was fun. And I'll probably still do it on occasion. Who knows? Because that's the other thing I want to talk about. I've been... People have been angry. People are angry at Mr. Paul McCartney. This isn't even a complete thought yet. I don't even know where to go with this. So my book took a turn where, hey, this guy took over the spot of Paul McCartney and was replaced him, and he still made great music and everything else. So all this other stuff's coming out to where it was a lot more involved in that, and I kind of figured with just the stuff I was finding from when I was doing my book. I mean, I was like, wow, there's got to be things I'm missing. But my book still takes a turn where it's like, I don't even want to say. It's like hard for me to play McCartney music. I got a whole album I got to dissect, right? I know he has 2 singles that just came out. I don't know if it's going to be an album. I'm assuming it would be. But people are angry with this guy about that. I'm like, you know what? This is what it is, especially when you get into the negative positive thing. What's negative? These people are playing their roles so we can experience physical reality. And we want to believe it. That's up to us. They're playing roles. I still like Paul, man. I don't care. What am I going to do? I'm trying to get John on the jukebox as much as Paul's on there. The last few days, I'd wake up with, going on in my head that doesn't need to be there. And it's getting easier and easier to just smile, laugh at it, and let it go. It's stuff that's being made up. It's not me. I said something like this once before. The moon is a camera, projection camera. And, every time if it was going faster, it would be... So I'm wondering if we... like possibly when, I'll have to look back and find out if 8815 was a full moon of some sort or if it was close. So I'm wondering if maybe only there can be contact like right on the frames, not in between frames, which is what's going on now, I guess. I don't think that made any sense. So there's this guy out there that I don't know his name. I want to say Nathan. I don't know. I want to say his name, but I don't know if that's it or not, so I'm not going to say. And he's been asking questions to Sam, a music thing or something or other. I tried to follow it, couldn't find what he was doing. I think it's just for him or whatever. And that's probably that is what I expect. I don't expect anybody to be able to just go out and ask Sam questions. But I remember back in 15 when I was discovering the break in the wall. It was supposed to be brick in the wall, but it was coming out break. When I discovered that at the time, I did the automatic writing thing. No, I didn't, because that was in Mississippi. But at the time, I was delving into things like that, I was like, wow. I mean, I was having some of the experiences. So I guess one of the things was when I was riding around, I thought, hey, let me ask questions and see if the radio will answer me. And I realized that was my higher self or whatever connection I have. So I would ask questions and get the answers, and it was kind of neat. And I always said, oh, every time I get in the car, I'm going to do that, and I don't. But this time, taking a drive today, I was thinking, well, I tried it last week, and the messages were a little freaky. But today I tried it, and they were strong. I say freaky because they were so on point that I was like, whoa, coincidence. A couple of weeks ago, I started out and I said, hey, Sam, out loud. I said, hey, Sam, well, can you and I communicate? And where I'm at, there's no radio stations, and so I just hit scan. And while I'm driving, when something comes up, that'll be the answer. Well, the answer was that'll be the day that I die. So, it hit me right away. I said, wait a minute, that's this guy's guides or whatever. That's his communication. He's communicating with this entity, whatever. That's not how I was doing it. I was doing it with my higher self or with my guides or with whatever we want to call it. That's how I was doing it. So I thought, hey, let me try it again. And I did it that day, and it came up with something like, you and I belong together. What was it? You belong with me and I belong with you. And it was a song I never heard of before. Today I was doing it, and I said, hey, can we communicate? And a song similar to that came on. I belong to you, you belong to me. It could have been the same song. I don't know. I never heard it before. Shut off. I said, do you have any messages for me? Because I didn't know what to ask. I'm like, well, okay, that was very interesting, and I thought it might have been the same song. So, all right. Do you have anything that you'd like to tell me? And it said, and the song pops on. It starts talking about the wolf is at the door. Prepare yourself. And I was just like, whoa, that was, and then the song went on, and it was more, there was more to that. I'm just sitting there in shock, driving. Why am I ever in shock? I'm going, oh, this is really cool. And I was kind of getting a little nervous because it's telling me the wolf is at the door. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What about where my beliefs are and everything? Well, what my beliefs probably do steer in a direction where there's going to be some kind of crap hitting the fan, because I've been geared up for that since the 80s. I've been zeroing in on that. I got the momentum built up on that belief. So in my timeline, my dimension, that's going to probably, something's going to happen to where it's going to be a shocker. Of course, to me, the Mandela Effect already is the shocker. And if you're going quantum and infinite, then the people getting it are supposed to get it now. The people that aren't getting it are going to get it when they get it. It's not going to matter. They're going to get it when they get it. But one of the questions I asked the radio, or my higher self, my higher Christ self, or however you want to define it, to make you feel comfortable with it, was, what am I supposed to do now? After the wolf thing came, I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? I really feel myself wanting to get away from this sometimes, I was like, I don't have those background stuff going on anymore. I still want to box that up and send it to somebody. I asked, what am I to do? And a song came on that said, it was, and I don't know verbatim, and it was a song I didn't know. You're going to do what you're going to do till the end of time. And I was just so blatant. I was like, wow, if that's what the radio wants, that's what I'll do. I'm going to do it. I get it. I get that I'm a witness. I've gotten the call. And I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to get the message out, whatever that message is. Some people have been saying this is about the future. And I was talking to Photo Helix and Scar Performance and Guy Fawkes. I mean, the list goes on. And I wasn't going to write a second book. I was at first, and I started to, and I realized, look, this is another topic. just going to use terms you guys like. What if God put us here because we didn't have to go through all the horse crap? So the simulation is us finishing out our lives. I don't think so, but just, something I'll come up with.
Do one right here.
Even like comfortably sit.
More and more, I'm starting to look like a crazy man. Talking to people about this stuff.
So I wasn't going to write another book, and I mean, so I started to right away, and the whole introduction became me fixing up the first book, describing things that were going on with the first book. And then after I got into that, it started to become a self-help book. I mean, by the fourth chapter, I realized, wow, this is a self-help book on Mandela Effects and what I did. But it's not going to be that way for you. It's not going to, it may be close, it may be similar, but it's really coming down to your beliefs, and that's what it was going to be called. It's going to be truth beyond beliefs, or belief beyond truth, because beliefs are where your focus is going. Truths change, and so do beliefs. So, but it was turning into a self-help book, but. After talking with Photo, I figure, you know what, maybe I will do a backup book on that. I think it would help. I think it's going to help. I think there's other books to come after that. And I think I started to steer off because I actually started 4 separate fictional stories. There was more than that are outlined, but I kind of shunned them off. I'm like, starting with 4. I think my goal is 7 because they're going to interact with each other at different times in the books, and it's it's a plan, it's a thing, it's got to be a hobby for me at this point. I've delved into it, I got that going, but I got to focus on some other things. I want to actually publish my Paul is Dead book. I don't know how much I want to get into that with the stuff I've been listening to. My book is basically, see, that's not true. Most of it is every single song dissected and including the solo stuff. I'd say that's the bulk of it, and it's not necessarily true. There's probably a good 150 pages. There's almost 400 pages, I think, but that's web style, so who knows. It's 100,000 words. It's actually about 98,000 words. And I'd say maybe out of the 400 pages, 150 of them are probably other content. I kind of have a history going on in the beginning, and at the end, I show other things that are involved. But right in the bulk, in the middle, is just dissecting everything and just reinterpreting things, and I thought I'd get that out, and it just would be too expensive for me to get out. It just would be ridiculous, especially since I decided I want to number them. So right now my plan is to finish that up. That's my first goal. I'm finishing that up. I'm going to find out what it's going to cost me to actually just put in print 9 books. We understand the significance of 9. 1 of 9, 2 of 9, 3 of 9. If they sell fairly quick, I'll go ahead and get a second set of 9 with a different different color cover, just to differentiate. That's all I would do. But I'd have to put the money out for them up front. 9 100,000 word books. I mean, you'd be buying them from me directly, and I'd have to estimate 200 to 300. It would be the minimal, because if you want this book, this is for you and your entertainment, and I'd be thrilled that you'd be interested in what I had to say. You will just pay. I won't make any money on it. That's not my. See, if I did make money on it, it would be good to start me out for the next 9, so I'd get my money back and just keep shifting it around that way. Did I use the word shift? Yeah.
Just experienced my first orange yield sign, and it was in this construction area. And it's not that they, I'm not saying they don't use them. I'm looking for them now, I'm noticing it. And orange was an answer for a lot of those people. When I'd say, what color's the yield sign? They'd say orange. When I recall it being like this arrow sign here, that's what I recall the yield sign looking like, with black yield. But not this orange one. First time I've seen it. And like I said, I'm looking for it now, so. Sold a couple books tonight. The one guy was seriously into the computer simulation theory, and that was before I spoke with him. And he was like, wow, this is really interesting. Got my book. And I just feel like I don't mind the computer simulation. I don't like it. I don't like the computer simulation thing. There's just too many other things going on for it to be a computer. This is something or something else. Our consciousness is shifting through timelines. We do it all the time. We've been creating this physical reality. That's how we're creating it. And now that we're aware of it, we're still shifting. There are, it's funny, I heard there was a video who said it, Moneybag73 said, a lot of, this is my opinion, a lot of people think these negative factions are shifting us, and he doesn't agree with that. I don't agree with it either. I think it might be possible that they might be manipulating it. I think it's possible, but I think you can take control of this. I think you can take control of your life. Consciously focus and shift your consciousness into the timeline more to your liking. I've been doing it. Okay, now I'm sitting here, talking about it online. I've been doing it. I'm not always happy in a great mood, because what I've been saying is I feel, I wake up, I see these things happening where, I have these negative thoughts coming in. I'm like, where are these things coming from? This isn't me. So that's done. I don't even worry about it. I just blow that off. The thoughts come in, it's not me. I blow it off. But I really feel like you can control it. And yes, we're being manipulated, but we're letting them manipulate us. Hey, say hi. Hey. There you go. So. What? Kitchen's closed. What?
Fuck me.
No. Yeah, I Mandela affected these guys.
Hi, Anthony. He's the best. Best bartender. Pat is nothing.
That's right. I give you guys drinks. I'm the best. Look at this hat. This hat wasn't cheap.
And this is the easiest way for me to get things out right now. I want to do live stuff. I actually want to just only go live maybe once a month, pick somebody's show and do that or whatever. I need to be interactive with this. I've tried to pull away. I can't. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to... I probably didn't even get that out. I was asking the radio... Oh, I did get that out. Okay, so anyway. So we got 2 weeks before the full moon, and I'm seeing the trails. So how to wrap this up? I feel like it's a lot about your beliefs. You got a lot of people running around going, we're going to be taken over by Germany or Russia or Japan. Are you kidding me? that's already happened for some people because that's what they're thinking and that's where their beliefs are. And I mean, you got to be nuts. I mean, that ain't gonna work. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. You know, this whole thing, I kept thinking I'm just gonna take my camera with me, and it's gonna be the day with Suso. Yes, it is Suso. See, I got people. Oh wow, I got people on YouTube talking to me now. I want to do a live show. That's what I was talking about. I want to do a live show. I can't. I just don't have the equipment to do it properly. I've tried to move everything. Did a show with Unbiased on the Fence. Moved everything closer to the wireless, whatever. Forget it. I got to hook it up in Ethernet or something and do it right. And probably put all the props behind me again. It's just.
I've been into the whole Paul is dead thing like forever. Started actually documenting the stuff in 2001 is when I started with the whole book and everything. It's like 98,000 words, I think, right now. Town's dead. Middle of summer. But, yeah, that's another project I got on my mind. I don't know.
To wrap this up, K-12. I think it was more like 6. It's easier for me to communicate this way. I'll get the message out. I'll put some stuff in between. I don't know. But it seems that, I'm going to be doing whatever I got to do to get the message out. I can't turn away from it. Every time I go to work, I got a shirt on that says Mandela Effect, Silver Dollar Saloon on the back. So on them nights, I just walk around with a Chevy shirt on. And I don't feel like talking about it. It doesn't matter. Like I was saying before, this month, it's just, no, people just aren't accepting it. Is it the people? Is it the computer program is totally on to me? I don't know. If that's the case, it is what it is. I bought me a nice new hat and suspenders and a vest. And the vest hasn't come in yet. That's right. So I'm thinking this is, 1800s, early 1900s. Got me some suspenders, and I'm going to play the part. On the weekends, anyway. This was actually for a big festival coming up in August. I think it's the last week in August. Everybody walks around town all dressed up in late 1800s outfit, Victorian stuff. So it's my derby, my bowler, and actually, it's funny. This is okay, but for some reason, I think these glasses go better with this, and it looks as goofy as hell. This is not going up. I said somewhere in a recent video that, I had things coming in, and they weren't for me. I wake up, and I'll have this stuff going on in my head, and I'm like, what is that? And I was listening to a couple other videos, and people were talking about how, there's been some shifts in how they feel like they've been manipulated, and I'm thinking, we are being manipulated with this whole pattern thing I see going on, with the false flag, the paranoia, the chemtrails, the full moon, and it's just constantly going, and the ringing in the ears, and we're being influenced. And I always wonder, are we being influenced for the positive or the negative? And there's a balance. It's just going to be a balance. But I figured we've always been manipulated somehow with the electronic waves and the food they give us and what they tell us is, how we're supposed to live and what we're supposed to do and behave. They've always manipulated and controlled us, You know, we see that through the programming through television. All right, to wrap this up. Yeah, Princess, I know. Come here, Buttercup. Yeah. The more I ask what it is I'm to do, I keep getting the answer. Not nothing, but to accept. I'm getting to accept. Watching people accept around me, and I'm watching that it works for them. And I fight it, and I'm fighting it less and less. And like this today, I had this experience that I saw that whole pattern thing come in, and I just decided to go to the vapor caves and sit and sweat and meditate, and I kept getting, look, we're going to tell you to do, you don't have to do anything. You have to accept. The only thing you have to do is accept. We're going to tell you that. This isn't verbatim. This is just what I'm getting as I'm meditating. We're going to tell you to do nothing, and you're going to do what you want to do. It's like we could sit here and tell you till we're blue in the face, but you're still going to do what you got to do to understand this, because I don't. I keep grasping at I must fix. And I'm doing it less and less, and I'm just telling you this because I don't want, I want you to think, look, guess what? You don't have to fix it either. Just accept the situation and go about the positive situations you're reaching for. Because during this pattern thing is when you have to keep your spirits up the most. And it's also when I notice I'm going out and I'm going, okay, I'm not on my no meat kick. And I'm going, wait a minute. The pattern's already started, so I'm staying away from the meat. I'm taking extra magnesium. I'm craving meat more and more. Craving chocolate. Okay, that I'm not staying away from. But with all that sweating, I think I can do the chocolate, right? Craving chocolate, craving sugar and meat. And I'm staying away from them, and I'm thinking about this, and I'm going, okay. Orbs told me not to eat meat 3 years ago, and I've stayed away from it for the most part. I'm not completely off or anything like that, and I really felt like it was the energy, so I went with that. And now I'm looking at all this, going, whoa, all this is kind of coming together for me. I'm seeing the pattern, and I'm asking to be shown. Ask and you will receive. So I've been asking to be shown more, and the reason for that was when I started writing the second book, and I realized it became a self-help book, which, who needs that but yourself? Write your own self-help book. Where was I? That's where I was. I just stopped writing the thing because I realized the first book that I wrote, the first book that I published, was about the experiences that I had. And for me to be true to that, I wanted to get that book out. To be true to what happened to me, the experiences that I experienced, the things that I felt, the things that I saw, the things that I touched, the things that I felt, the things that I knew. Those things that happened to me, for me to be true to that book was about my experiences. The Mandela Effect was throughout the whole thing, but it was still about my experiences. The second book became a self-help book, and that's, you write your own, like I said. That's why I kind of stopped, because it was like, no, I want experiences. And that's why I've been asking. And I'm getting little epiphanies here and there, and it's a matter of me understanding them. Nothing like what happened to me in 15. I got to be honest. Nothing. I mean, talking with somebody else, probably Guy. These things don't shock us anymore. You know, you see something change right in front of your eyes, and it blows your mind ridiculously. And now you see the same thing 2 years later, and you're like, well, that's just the way it is. And I'm quoting Guy Fawkes there, and I don't think that's exactly how he takes it, but you know, that's the way it is with us now, and I don't like that. I don't think it should be that way. I want that excitement. I want that epiphany. I want that outburst. You know, and for me to write another book about that specifically, I want those experiences to be able to write about. And it's not happening as profoundly as it did back in 15, but that definitely started me off. And now it's a matter of, you know, I am going to write a backup book to that, to the first book, but it will be different as of now, unless I start having more experiences that are at least as profound as the stars and the orbs and creatures coming out of the TV screen. I mean, or people or whatever. You know, I can write about, you know, hey, I tried this and that, and this is what I've noticed, and I've seen this pattern. I just don't think it would be as exciting as the first book. Granted, you got to get to like the 4th chapter to really get going in that, and you know, as many times as I've read it now, you know, yeah, I do repeat myself, and I do go off, and it's just what's going on in my head. You know, I didn't want to lose anything. I think I could have probably edited it better for myself before the punctuation and spelling editing went on. But I'm still happy with it. You know, I have a version of it where I took 4 stories that I missed in the first book that I remembered afterwards, because I still have not found those notes. And I re-edited the book, kind of like a revised edition, but it's not. So I don't know. You know, that's not quite out yet. Finished? Will it be out? I don't know if it's going to. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I'll be able to put it on Amazon easily, but I still need to sell 310 books, or give away, because many of them have been given away. You know, it's not just to anybody. You know, I've seen people sit there and go, "Oh my God," and they're like so into it, and I just can't put out $10. I'm like, that's fine. I get it. I understand. Let me buy you a beer. Here's a book. You know, if I really think they could use it or it'll get spread out, I think it's more important that the information gets out there. I really do at this point. You know, at first, after I put that money out, you know, I was walking around like I was 20 years ago, you know, with nothing in my pocket. And I'm just like, yeah, we got to sell these books. We got to get my money back, you know. And now it's not about the money. Once I realized that the money wasn't a problem again for me, I'm just going to blog this whole red, what shirt I got on. Anything you guys got with this, be happy you got it. Because this is all blog stuff, this ain't. It's blog stuff, but there's a lesson in here. And it's about stop trying to fix everything. Talking to me. Alright. Did I wrap this up?